Hi guys, hope you're doing great, and I'm back with my another video where we'll be looking into if-else statements in Python and also into a few loops like the while loop and for loop and how to use it in our Python programs. So let's get started. Let's take an example where we'll take two numbers, number 1, and let's take it as an input. So we'll use input and then enter number 1. Let's copy this, paste it here, and we'll use enter number 2. We'll use a if statement to compare it. If number 1 is greater than number 2, print number 1 is greater than number 2. Okay, now let's save this and let's run this. Okay, enter number 1, 5, enter number 2, let's put 3, and we'll see the result. So that's how we can use if statements, and we can let's put else here, and if it's not true, so we'll print that it's not true. Okay, let's save this, run this again. Number 1, 5, and then I'll put in 7 to make it false. Okay, so how it works in if statement, we have given a statement and used a comparison operator. So if number 1 is greater than number 2, and if this particular condition is true, it will print this statement, and if it's not true, it will automatically go into else and check what is there, and we have written a statement to print it's not true. So that's what the output would be. It's very simple, very basic. Okay, let's take another example where we'll be using nested if-else statements. So let's have the number 1, this particular way. Let's use number 1 as a num1 is a variable here also. So num1 is greater than 10, print then we'll put another statement. In this case we'll use elif, because elif, if we want to use multiple statements, multiple nested else if statements, in that case we'll use elif keyword. Let's use this, and again use a statement here. Let's make it okay. Okay, now let's comment this out. Let's remove this as well. Now if I save this and run this, so I'll put something like 12, it will give me greater than 10. Again I'll run it, I'll use 22, it will again give me greater than 10. So what's happening here? I think you're able to make out that, you know, it's terminating from from the first statement, because when we enter 22, it comes and checks here whether it's greater than 10 or not. When it finds it to be true, it prints this statement and terminates from here itself. So it's not even going and checking in the second statement. So that's what it is. You know, if I make it 20, in that case also, let's run it again. If I do make it 20 and run it again, it will give this result only, because it will not go and check in the second and third statement. So in this case, all our conditions are true, but it will give it will work top to bottom. So once the first condition is satisfied, it will print this this statement, or do whatever is there within this if statement, and then terminate from there itself. Okay, so this is how we can use a nested, you know, if else statement. The next thing is using while loops. So let's take an example of a while loop. Let's take a number 5, okay, and take a condition while num is less than equal to 5 and num is greater than 0. If we don't put this, it may go into the while loop, because less than equal to 5 may take you, like, you know, it can be infinite, because, you know, -1 -2 like that. So you have to put a condition where you know, it should not, the while loop should not go into an infinite, you know, loop. Let's print the number, and then we can do num minus equal to 1. Okay, let's save this and run this. So you see the first statement is like the first integer is 5. Every time it's printing out and reducing 1 from it until it reaches to this point where num is equal to 0. So both these conditions are need to be satisfied, uh, and when one of these conditions is not satisfied, it will terminate. So in this particular case, when num becomes 0, it does not satisfy this particular statement and it gets terminated. So this is how a while loop works. You can take any other example, you know, but this is the core of it. You know, while loop is generally used to iterate through certain, you know, certain values and get the values based on certain conditions. So this is where you need to put the condition, and whatever results you want to get, you can put it here, you know. Alternatively, we do have for loops as well, as we have seen in the list section, and you know, I'll take that particular example again. Let's take a list here, and take a for loop as like values in list 1, and then we can print the individual values. Now if I save this and run this, okay, it says invalid syntax. Let me check. Okay, okay, now we are able to see that all the values are printed. So you know, what it's actually doing is it's taking all the values from this particular list and putting it into this variable, and if we want individual values, you know, so we can iterate through the entire list, and it will go like, you know, one by one, and put these values into this particular, you know, variable. I have named it values, but you can name it anything you want. I can name it n, and then save it, and you know, put n here also, you know, it will work the same way. This is just the naming, so you can name any variable, you can put any variable name here and it will work the same way. So we have looked into the if statements, if else statements, nested if else statements, and then while loop and for loop. These are very basic explanations, so you can look deeper into a few examples and try these concepts. Thanks for watching. Take care.